If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Well, it was a strange offseason. I mean, obviously the lockout, you guys weren't around the facility. You got married. Give it up for that, everyone.
Yeah.
There's another rumor floating around.
Yeah, another rumor going on.
Another rumor. I don't know about that. I didn't hear that one.
No. But we come in, the lockout's over, you're ready to get back to football, and then before you know it, Todd Heap, Derek Mason are gone. So, I mean, you're working with a new, not a completely new crew. I mean, Dixon and Pitta and some other guys have been around, but you have Torrey Smith come in. How much different has this season been for you, just knowing that you didn't have those targets that you had in the past, and really, I mean, this offense was yours. There was no Mason, no Heap.
Yeah.
You were the guy.
I mean, hey, that's another thing that nobody wants to talk about. We have a completely new offense, I mean, in a lot of ways. I mean, we have a lot of young guys out there at wide receiver and a lot of guys that we brought up to speed and, you know, that have played really well for us. And I don't feel not responsible a little bit for, you know, for having those guys play well. And, you know, it's huge for us to be able to have that core group of young guys and still be a 10-3 football team. Because when you have such a young group of guys, I mean, obviously you look towards the future and say, hey, these guys are playing really well. You know, this is going to be great for us down the road and for years to come. But for us to think that and be excited about that and also be 10-3 right now in the moment, I think that says a lot about, you know, just who we are as a football team, how close we are in our locker room, and you know, it just says good things about the organization and, you know, what kind of place we have and what kind of team we have.
B.A., you were talking earlier about how similar Joe is, that he, you know, was a guy that would get beat up or beat up his brothers and fight with them, and he still is that guy. How has he changed for you, for a guy that's been around the entire time? How has he changed from day one as a rookie to right now, 10-3 in his fourth season?
I mean, I think he just expanded on his game. He's just gotten better. So, you know, he's a guy that kind of was given an offense and was told kind of what to do, but now it's his offense. He meets with Cam. He tells Cam what he likes or what he wants to run, and Cam takes that input and he lets him do what he's best at. Whereas before, it's like Cam dictated the offense to him, and now Joe kind of goes out there and he does his own thing. And if there's something that he doesn't like, he's going to tell Cam or he's going to tell Harbaugh, and you just see the maturation in him, and he's more of a man now. Whereas before, you know, he kind of just had to listen and kind of just go with the flow. But now it's his offense. It's his team to do what he wants to do with the offense with. He's going to give input and he's going to be heard, and then they're going to make the changes so he's comfortable so he can take over and do what he has to do so he can win football games.
Joe, you agree with all that?
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing for me is just the fact that, you know, obviously when you come in as a rookie, you don't know a lot of guys. You're a little bit uncomfortable, and you're put in the starting spot, and you're just going out there and you're trying to play well. And you know, now, you know, as you're around a team, as you're around guys, you become more and more, you know, comfortable in your own skin, and you know, you become more and more comfortable to, you know, voice your opinion. And you know, now we have a lot of young guys on the team, so you have to do that. You know, as before, we were a pretty veteran offense and a veteran team, and you know, a lot of those guys have developed their skills 10+ years in the NFL, and it's, you know, it's not my job to come in here and tell them to change something, you know, or something like that. But it is my job to kind of get these young guys up to speed and mold them into the kind of player I want them to be, and they want to be. So, you know, like I said, I think I'm able to just be more comfortable in my own skin and, you know, voice my opinion a little bit more.
All right, well, Joe, before we wrap up this first segment, we have to address the rumor because it's out there, and everybody in the city of Baltimore wants to know. You're like the king now, so this is sort of a royalty thing. Is it true? Are you and Mrs. Flacco expecting your first child?
In June, yes, we are. Everybody knew that already, though, I guess. So.
Have you started thinking about names? Have you started?
Nah, we're not going to find out what it is.
Oh, very cool.
We're going to wait, and she doesn't like to talk about names. We'll talk about the end, so there's no controversy. And you know, I'm sure there'll be a lot of names thrown out there, but we have to wait and see. I mean, we're going to be surprised on the day of. Girl, guy, what's it going to be?
It's very cool. It's very exciting.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be Joseph. It's not going to be. I'm not going to name it after me. So
Brendan Flacco. It's got a good ring to it.
What's a piece of fatherly advice that you can give Joe?
I mean, even when the child is in the womb, you can engage with the child and have a relationship with the child. I didn't really learn that until I had my second baby. But just you can talk to your child because it's in there, it's growing, it kicks, and it has days where it's hiccuping, or one day the baby will be kicking around and doing all kinds of different things. So even when the baby's in the womb, it's so amazing. You can have a relationship with your child. So from a dad that has 2 kids, I just want to encourage him to start that relationship early, and you'll have a bond that lasts forever, even in the womb. And you might learn, when you have your second child, but just let you know now, like, just you sit there, talk to the belly, rub the belly, kiss the belly, put some lotion on the belly, it's going to be fun, man. I'm so excited for you, Joe.
Because of our plans for what your son's going to do as a future quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, we think it's important that you guys have him watching the games from the womb already.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, my wife's about 5 foot tall, and I'm about 6'6", so my son could either be 5'6", 150 pounds, or he could be 6'6" and be like me. Who the frick knows? I mean,
all you gotta do is take your iPad, take the USB cord, put it in the belly button. The baby can watch film. Get Brendan watching film early. He's going to be a monster, I'm telling you.
He might be.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the quarterback, Joe Flacco.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.